Hey everyone, welcome back to my King's Quest 6 Demake playthrough. While editing video last time for the last installment, I realized I didn't get the skeleton key from the underworld, which I'm pretty sure is a soft lock. I looked up in a walkthrough for the original game and I was like, did I hose myself? And the answer seems to be yes. So I actually have to go back to the underworld to get the skeleton key. And don't forget the river Styx water. But we should be okay because we're right here. And I'll cut a bunch of this out. So one thing I did not do the first time or the second time I came through here, I don't know, the 8th, 9th, 10th time I came through here, is I didn't actually look at the screen. Alexander standing at the entrance to the underworld. The entrance is a huge tendon-covered skull. The skull's mouth is the doorway to whatever lies below. Two solemn skeletons admit the spirits who seem to be drawn trance-like to enter the skull. There is a xylophone on the right side of the path. So, I didn't remember this until I was editing it. So, use xylophone. Play xylophone. Alexander picks up the two bones on the ground. Now, what did these bones remind him of? Ah, yes, now I remember. The skeletons are overcome with the musical call of the bones. They begin to dance. Heck yeah, look at them go. Okay. There we go. Alexander finishes his tune, and the skeletons resume their posts. Despite their frolic, they don't seem to be any friendlier. In the original, that ghost also drops that handkerchief which you give to Ali in the basement, but I didn't see that the ghost did that. I'm just going to proceed through this now as normal, and you'll see me back at the castle. So, we're back to the castle. Mm, we have the skeleton key now, and we're going to look. The castle basement is cool after the heat of the day. On the north wall is a door bearing a plaque. That's where a bunch of guards are. I actually went in there last time. It ended up getting cut out of the video, but I opened that door. It's where the guards break room basically. I didn't read the plaque before I went, and I'm sure the plaque would have told me something helpful. And in the west corner is a suit of armor. Hmm. There's something I can do with this armor. From the east hall, Alex hears the distant sound of the guard dog fiddling with what sounds to be a lock. It seems to be coming from above. Okay. I think if I get thrown in jail, Jalo saves me. So I'm going to not. I saved just before I came into the castle. So I'm not gonna panic just yet. Pretty sure there's something you can do with this suit of armor. Uh, I thought there was something I could do there, but maybe not. And Ali's in this room. Oh, okay, so there where I was. Um, but I don't have a handkerchief to give him. So, and if I end up in that cell, it's either game over or Alexander hears the guard go into a room off the north hall, shutting the door behind him. So they're in the guard break room right now, I think. I don't know if I have anything to do for Ali in the demake. I don't know how that works. So the guard's in here now, I think. All right, so Jalo's going up there now. But there's more to do down here. Am I not mistaken? Am I mistaken? I guess is the proper phrasing of that. Alexander hears the door of the north hall open and the sound of the dogs. They're headed this way. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's loop them. Got a pallet in this hallway I can throw down? They're in the west hall now. Do you think they're all out of the guard room? That seems like a bad idea to go in there, right? Yeah. Yep. I'll let this play out because this happened to me last time and I cut it. You'll stay there until we find out what the vizier wants to do with you. The guard dogs leave Alexander to his fate, locking the door noisily behind him. Alexander wonders how he'll get out of this one. Let's see if Jalo saves us. Yeah, here he comes. Yes, Prince. Oh, Prince Alex. Jalo, what are you doing here? Never mind, quick before the guard dogs patrol comes around again. But how did you know I was? This is no place to talk, Alexander. Just trust that I know everything that goes on in the castle. Now be more careful. If you get caught again, I don't know if I'll be able to let you out. Okay, we're on our handy dandy universal hint system. What does the ghost want? I know what he wants, but I don't know how to help him. How do I get upstairs? Walk up the stairs. It'll be a while before you can take the regular door to go up. Go up. Have you heard about any other exits from the basement? You should go into a dungeon cell to find someone who can tell you how another exit can be found. That'd be a Lee. Then you know you need to closely examine the suit of armor. There are other people who have played this Demake on YouTube, and I might have to look at what they did. Because normally in the main game, that ghost that's crying for Lee in the underworld drops a handkerchief. And I didn't see her drop a handkerchief anywhere. Let me look at a walk someone else's playthrough. I have to go back to the underworld again. No, it's fine. I redid the underworld already as part of this video, and it took me like 5 minutes, so it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the underworld. Okay, so I wanna I'm like, whose YouTube am I looking at? I'm looking at Brandon's. So I wanna thank Brandon. I'm like, "Oh, this is so helpful. I like this guy's voices he's doing for the for all the characters." Like, "Oh, yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, it's Brandon." Big thanks for that. I didn't even realize you had these up here. Well, I'm glad you didn't, because if I knew that, I would be tempted to cheat way harder. Okay. So what Brandon taught me in his own playthrough, and this is great because now I don't have to bash my head against it. I can just get it right from the developer. I was worried about that zombie, right? This guy. This guy freaked me out every time. But if you stay right here, he doesn't, he just walks around you. Why do you not rest, sad spirit? Rest? I cannot rest. My son is lost. Lost, you mean, in this realm? No, his spirit is stuck in the land of the living, probably looking for me. But I cannot leave to go show him the way, my poor Ali. Is there anything I can do? Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell him that his mother is waiting for him here. I love this guy, just looping around me. By this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead. I'll do my best to find him. Thank you, oh my Ali. Really tapping into my ugly cry there. So mad. I'm so mad at how many ways I've soft locked myself. I'm not actually mad. I'm just like, I forget that playing King's Quest games is so unforgiving. It's just sort of a whiplash coming off of beating the EGA version of Heroes Quest recently, because there were things that were annoying about Heroes Quest 1, the EGA version, which is, right, this style of typing. Um, there were parts where I was like, "Oh, I could really hose myself over here." But I think there were only, like, 2 or 3 of them that I really encountered. And this King's Quest 6, Brandon introduced a few ways to soft lock yourself that were new. But all of the only, like, 2, right? Uh, there's so many in this game. And King's Quest 5 has this bad reputation for being, like, soft lock intense. But I'm kind of learning the hard way that King's Quest 6 is also very soft lock, like, full of soft locks. I don't remember having this problem, um, with the original in the '90s, and I'm not sure how I managed to avoid all these soft locks, or I did encounter them, and I had good save hygiene, and I didn't hose myself. There was a certain point, I had this game just down on lock, so I just replayed it over and over again. Hmm. Just whipped through it. It's like the same thing with Myst. Once you know how to beat a game, you can replay it in, like, almost no time, and I replayed Myst and King's Quest 6 in the '90s, like, several times once I knew everything to do. Okay, I'll see you back at the castle again, maybe for the last time. Alright, here we are again. So let's see what happens when we try to talk to Ali again. Now that we have the handkerchief, maybe it won't just automatically lock us in. Right, if you don't have the handkerchief before, there's nothing for you to do. Talk to What's the matter, little boy? I'm lost. I can't find my mother. I don't know why she would just leave me here. I've been all alone ever so long. Mm, thank you for not making me try to be up in his personal space to give him this handkerchief. You must be the son of the spirit I met in the realm of the dead. She gave me this handkerchief and asked me to tell you that she's waiting for you there. It's Mama's. It even smells like her. I can feel her now. I know where to go. Wait, wait. Before you go, is there anything you can tell me about the castle? I like to play in secret places. In the basement, behind the Man of Steel, is a door. Nobody except me knows it's there anymore. Oh, well, that's a rhyme. Okay, there he goes. Farewell. Bye, bud. So I saved outside of the castle. So saving over this save shouldn't be the end of the world. Last bit 2 is where I saved before I entered the castle. Look at Knight. In the corner, there's a suit of armor of ancient design. Oops. Okay, so they're just above still. Uh, Remembering what the little boy ghost said, Alexander experiments with the suit of armor. He pushes down, then pulls up on the knight's right arm. Ta-da! Okay, a secret passage. I think it's okay for me to be in here. Um, I don't think do I need to talk to Jalo first? I feel like I'm gonna restore, and then go talk to Jalo. Mostly because I don't wanna go up I think that's how you go up and talk to Cosima, and I don't wanna have to be like, "Oh, time to dig around and give everyone everything," and Jalo hasn't made the switch on the lamp because I didn't give it to him. Okay, so the basement isn't very big. I gave the kid the handkerchief, I gave Jolo the lamp, there's nothing for me to do in the guard room. So I think we should be okay now to go up. Let's find out. Only one way to find out if you've been soft locked. Alexander he hears voices coming from nearby. Am I going up? There we go. The thing about the skeleton's key soft lock is you're not gonna know that you're soft locked out of winning. Phew, that was a climb. Until like the very end. And you'll see why. So that soft lock is a mean one. Um, the handkerchief one's also mean because you don't find for the same reason you're not gonna find out how to get to this portion. So you're just sort of stuck in the basement and you get caught and the wedding happens. Alexander hears the faint sound of a woman crying nearby. Oh, look at that right here. We'll look. Alexander is standing in a secret passage of the Castle of the Crown. The landing is dusty and the walls are deteriorating. To the west is an exit to the hallway. A staircase to the north leads down to the basement landing. Excuse me. On the east wall, there is a hole through which Alexander can hear the sound of a woman crying. Alexander peers through the chinks in the wall, trying to locate the source of the crying sounds. There she is. Alexander's palms begin to sweat, and his heart begins to race. It's Cosima. He's found her. Princess Cosima. Trying not to. Explosives everywhere. What? Who's there? It is I, Alexander. I'm here, behind this wall. My, how suave that sounds. Alexander? Of Daventry? I I don't believe you. Yeah, she's surprised because I didn't get a chance to send her my ring, right? So she has no idea I'm in town. I assure you it is I. Forgive me if I intrude, my lady, but I have been so concerned for your safety. Why should I believe you? Alexander of Daventry is somewhere around the world from this small land. It is a trick, and an unforgivable one. You might tell your master I said so. See, she thinks I'm the genie. Princess, I am your most humble servant. I could not offer you trickery, though my life depended on it. I know this is a bit odd, but I came from Daventry to see you. I had to. Oh, it's beautiful. And I mean that sincerely. It reminds me, like, perfectly captured, right? Old Sierra Games aesthetic. It really is you, Alex. It really is. Are you glad I'm here? Alexander, come on. With all my heart, but I don't understand. How did you get into the castle? How did you get into the walls? It would take too long to explain. I've been on the islands for some time now, trying to find a way to get to you. I had a feeling you needed help. Oh, I am happy to see you, Alexander. I'm afraid I shouldn't be, though. You're endangering yourself terribly by being here. I don't care about the danger. I would brave anything to learn. What is it? Alhazard. Do you want to wed him, Cosima? Clunk. Oh, please believe me when I say that I never agreed to marry that man. Even when my father trusted Abdul absolutely, I never liked him. But with mother and father gone, I'm afraid there's no one stopping him. If you do not wish to marry him, Cosima, you shall not. I promise you. Only come with me now, and we shall escape. How? I cannot fit through this wall. Yeah, a little like flattering to think she can fit through that hole. I like my girls 4 by 2 by 4. Besides, do you think I could leave my kingdom, my people, in Abdul's hands? Yeah, she's got a point. But Abdul would tear the castle apart if I were to disappear from my room. You shall have to do what you can to delay his plans from your end. I can't just leave you here. Alexander, do not despair for me. I have been safe in this room for nearly 6 months now. Abdul can be in no hurry, whatever he plans. After all, I'm not to be his bride. Am I not? Oh, after all, I'm to be his bride, am I not? I have been planning too, you see. She's gonna save herself. I believe that I can escape if only I get a chance to lay my hands on a weapon. There might be an opportunity in the hustle of the wedding. But I. Shh, just a moment more, and then you must go. Let us not waste this time with words. Please just let me look at you, my dear Alexander. Okay, so she wants us to give us something. What do we have? The dagger. We'll give her the dagger, right? Here, take this dagger. It's not much, but it might come in handy. Why, it's perfect. This is just the sort of thing I've been looking for. Thank you, Alexander. I'll keep it close and use it if I must. Okay. Oh no, someone, you just hit escape to leave the scene. Oh no, someone's coming. The lock in Casima's door rattles abruptly. Alexander, hurry, step away before they see you. Alexander hears a scuffling and a woman's brief cry from the other side of the wall, then silence. Yeah, Abdul is hurrying up the timeline to get married Casima because he knows I'm around and he doesn't like that. Get out of here, mouse cursor. Nobody asked you to be here. You're not needed in this game. Alexander hears the sounds of scratching coming from the other side of the wall. Alexander is standing in a secret passage of the Castle of the Crown. The hallway is dusty and the walls are deteriorating. There's a hole in the wall through which Alexander can hear the sounds of scratching. There's a vague outline of what appears to be a door on the wall. How can I screw this up, huh? I'm just gonna keep saving over castle. Look through hole. Alexander looks through the chink in the hole. Chink in the wall. Alexander sees the vizier Alhazred in his study. He appears to be busy writing a letter at his desk. From this angle, Alexander is able to peer over the vizier's shoulder and perfectly read the letter. What timing! What placement! All right. Dear Shadrach, salutations from the Society of the Black Cloak, etc., etc. My preparations are about to come to fruition. In a matter of minutes, I will wed the lovely Casima. Once I have established my power and my crown, I can stage another accident. The princess has proven infuriatingly stubborn, as you know. She's becoming quite dangerous little thorn in my side. Excuse me, side. In a way, it's a shame I have to kill her. She is lovely and would be amusing to keep around, but I can't risk take talking treason. Her talking treason with the guards. So far, I've managed to keep her locked away, but I can't continue that forever. Well, on to it now. I'd send her to you, but as you know, I had no luck doing so with Mordek. I close in triumph. King Abdul Alhazred. I think it's time to see if Shamir has taken care of that wench as I asked. It's almost time for the wedding. Alhazred stands and leaves the study. Okay. The vizier words the vizier's words fill Alexander with blazing anger and fear for Casima's sake. That blackguard, that murderous swine, he'll not have his way if I have anything to say about it. Does this take us into Alexander sees lots of black cloaks, so I'm in his okay. I'm just gonna save over this island of Sacred Mountain. I don't need that anymore. Look. Alexander standing in a masculine bedroom. Polished marble walls rise to meet the tall ceiling, and the furnishings have an opulent feeling. He wonders whose bedroom this is. Pink was originally a boy's color, before they separated pink and blue for girls and boys. Because pink, historically, okay, so pink was a boy's color because red is a masculine color, right? And pink is just a lightened shade of red, so it was still considered to be red and therefore masculine. I don't know when that changed, like the 70s or 60s probably. Um, but not always. Not always a feminine color. Make pink masculine again. Hmm. A storage trunk sits on the foot of the bed. The trunk bears a large brass lock. A small yellow table graces the wall near the fireplace. On the table is a box made of ebony. Let's look in the trunk. Open trunk. Trunk is locked. Used. We have a skeleton key. A skeleton key, right, opens up everything. Alexander inserts a skeleton key in the trunk's lock and turns it. He hears a click. Alexander opens the trunk. The trunk contains some old other books, a bottle of what looks to be oily perfume, and a stack of correspondences. I think this is what we want. Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it. The letter is addressed to Abdul al Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads, Greetings to a brother of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of the great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a ninny at chess. It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the islands that so no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown. That fiend. Okay. Look at box. A storage trunk. Ebony box. Open ebony box. Box made of ebony. Here we go. Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside. The box contains squinting when it's going to tell me what it is. The box contains various trinkets and a scrap of paper with the word written on it. I think I want this paper. Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the words Zebu printed on it. Zebu, remember that. Zebu, Zebu. Alexander commits the word to memory and leaves the paper there. He shuts the box. Okay, I get the feeling I shouldn't go back out that door because there's going to be guards patrolling, right? Although I do have this letter now that if I give to the guards, if I give it to the guards, it should like prove that. Okay, just making sure there was nothing back here. If I give to that border collie, he should be like, oh, well, this guy is treasonous. I have proof now. I'm loyal to the crown, and this guy is not, you know, legit. So we'll see. Hi. Alexander steps out confidently into the upstairs hallway and sees two guard dogs.
Hey, hula.
Hello there.
Don't just stand there, grab him, bay. Grr, it's that saboteur fellow with the vizier warned us about. I'll bet. I say we run him through right here now. No, the vizier'll run you through if he doesn't get a chance. At the prisoner, let's put him in the dungeon for safekeeping. Then we'll go tell the captain. Aye, Wolf. You're right, let's go.
Werewolf. Reference to the second Gabriel Knight game. Grace says werewolf constantly. Werewolf. You'll stay
here until we find out what the vizier wants to do with you.
The guard dogs leave Alexander to his fate, locking the door noisily behind him. What's this hole in the wall? Oh, this lets me look at the guard dogs. Alexander hears a sound of voices coming from nearby. I just totally ignored that. I thought it was Kasim upstairs. Look through a hole. There's the captain.
Captain, I've been hearing rumors from the guards who've been watching the princess. They say lately she's been pounding on her door and begging to be let out.
Okay, so here now we have some dissent and questioning among the guards.
Ain't none of my business, sir, but news like that is upsetting the other dogs. Ain't no guards in the castle who would willingly keep the princess anywhere she don't want to be. Alhazred claims that a foreign intruder,
They all have the same voice.
is here to assassinate her. That's why she's got to be kept under lock and key right up until the wedding. Call me an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I say the princess should be the one giving the orders.
You're right.
Alhazred has been in charge for months with the king's death and Casima's mourning. Tonight the wedding will seal it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like him or not, he's our liege.
Yeah, why are you paying attention? Okay. I know he's been running the place, but isn't Casima actually the heir to the throne? Shouldn't she have overriding authority? Like, if she says, I don't want to get married, I'm now the ruler. Don't make me marry him. I feel like he's forgotten who his true allegiance is, right?
I weave an oath.
Your oath is to the princess.
For the sake of the princess, will not be forgotten it. I weave an oath. For the sake of the princess, will not be forgetting it. He just better treat her well.
He's not going to.
Speaking of the vizier, what do you reckon he's keeping in that magical room of his?
Magical room.
It's not a magic room. It's just a door he's enchanted somehow. I say he's still got the royal treasury in there, along with whatever else he's eager to protect. Not even the court treasure is allowed in there anymore. I heard him in a hall the other day. He was speaking to that door. Black magic is what I say. I heard him say Ali, and then Bay came up and started yapping at me.
Enough.
It is not our place to question the practices of our liege,
He's not your liege. The princess is.
no matter how strange.
This guy is getting fired. I would fire this guy. If I'm Casima and I get out, I'm like, that's it. You're out of here, bud.
The wedding will soon be starting. Report to the throne room when you hear the music start.
Okay. So we know there's a treasury around somewhere. A magic door? But where? Is it downstairs? It has to be. We can't be walking around upstairs. Am I stuck in here now? There we go. Is this the door? A strange door with no handle. Hmm. We've seen all the hints, right? We got the second part. Because the guards are like, "Oh, I heard him say Ali." That's the first part. What do you want me to type here?
West while footsteps are headed this way.
Okay. Okay. The command is talk to door. I was trying say, and that wasn't working. So, um, since the door on the west wall has no visible knob or handle, Alexander decides to try to open it with his voice. He composes his words carefully. And I'm just my point is I was close. I just was picking the wrong word. Having chosen his words, Alexander uses them to firmly address the door. Listen, door, I would have you open. Ali Zebu. It worked. Okay, let's look. Alexander is standing in the Castle of Crown's treasure room. The soft tone room seems very secure. Along the walls are trunks and caskets, probably full of the kingdom's treasure. In the middle of the room is a low table. The table is covered by a velvet drapery. Oh, we're a little slow right now. Remove drapery. Alexander pulls the drapery aside, curious as to what might lie underneath. Ba-ba-ba. What we got here? Oh, these are all the treasures from the islands, aren't they? That Alhazred stole to sow arguments among them. There are four treasures on the table. Alexander takes a closer look at the treasures on the table. We got the fleece, the arms, the oak, and the stone. Is the stone singing? That's cute. On the table is a fleece made of gold. That fleece must belong to the winged ones, and they thought it was the Island of Wonder that had taken it. Beast said that his coat of arms was stolen by the Druids. This must be it. On the table is a miniature oak tree. It looks very old. That must be the sacred miniature oak tree that the Druids thought the winged ones stole. And is this from the Isle of Wonder? There's a strange stone that's giving off odd high-pitched noises. That must be the Isle of Wonder's singing stone. Did the queens think that the beast had stolen it? As Alexander looks at the objects on the table, he realizes the depth of the vizier's cunning. It must have been the vizier, or an accomplice, who stole that one thing most precious to each island, and then leaked rumors that one of the other islands was responsible. But what did the vizier have to gain by causing the islands to hate one another? Sowing discord keeps them preoccupied so they don't see what you're doing, right? Divide the masses, and it'll be easier for you to rule. Democrats have learned nothing. Okay, so I don't have to do anything in here, right? I just have to know about this stuff. There's nothing for me to get, right? I'm just gonna leave assuming that this is it. Oh, Alexander hears a sound of music coming from the east. It sounds somewhat classical, but oh no, it's wedding music. Alexander hears a door off the north hall open, then the sound of a guard dog footsteps. The footsteps are headed this way. Um, let's see what guard dog is coming toward us. If it's the captain, which it probably isn't, but if it's the captain, I can give him the letter. Hmm. Do I just go straight up? Because if they catch me, I'm gonna go right in the jail cell and I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it. Alexander looks cautiously around the grand hall, but there are no guard dogs to be seen. The wedding music is coming from behind those two large doors. Oh, good.
Prince Alexander, here, the vizier will have my head for allowing you within a mile of the royal wedding. Since you are of a noble birth, I will give you 5 seconds to explain your presence before killing you. I warn you, it better be good.
Give letter. Wait! If you love your princess, you'll hear me out. The vizier is not what he appears to be. Cassim is in terrible danger. I have proof that this is so. For your princess' sake, you must believe me.
Let me see that.
Saladin reads the letter, his sword point still against Alexander's throat. Alexander watches the guard dog's noble face darken with rage.
Mm, this is treason. I'll have his throat. But how do I know this letter is not a forgery? You could have written this yourself.
But I did not. Have you no doubts of your own about Alhazred? Don't you see? All he wants is the crown. Cassima is being coerced. We must stop the wedding.
It is true. I have had my suspicions about the vizier, especially when King Caliphim and Queen Ilaria died. But I have seen Casima with him several times. She appears to be quite happy.
It's not Casima, it's the genie.
Even enthusiastic. I don't believe she could love him if he were truly so wicked.
I cannot believe for a moment that she loves that snake.
Then see for yourself.
Right, he's got the genie dressed up, mimicking Casima here. The captain of the guard leads Alexander to the throne room, where the ceremony seems to be in progress. Alexander feels his blood run cold at the sight. Yep. I, Casima, declare Abdul al-Hazred as my lawful and beloved husband even, and king of this realm. But Casima, what are you saying?
Do you still claim that the princess is being forced? Perhaps it's you that's the danger, as the vizier said.
Alexander approaches the wedding party. Do I give him mint? Because I don't have the mirror. Prince Alexander here? This is an outrage. How dare you allow this traitor to get past me, you Saladin? You stupid mutt. Can't you even keep the castle free of our assassins during your own princess's wedding? Kill him. Kill him now.
Lord Alhazard, with all due respect, you are not quite the king yet, and this is a wedding ceremony, not an execution.
What? How dare you contradict me? You flea-bitten mongrel. I gave a direct order. Obey me or fear my wrath.
Milady, I apologize for my behavior, but I am yours to command in all things. I wanted to merely hear your own wishes from your own lips. Tell me what it is that you wish to do with this young man, and I will obey.
My captain, you heard my dear Abdul. If he wishes this atrocious young man's death, then I want nothing more than to see him get his wish. Obey thy liege now and always.
As you wish.
Just as Saladin prepares to run Alexander through with his sword, a shout is heard from the direction of the grand hall.
Hold, in the name of the game jealous. Hold, in the name of the true king.
Oh, okay. They just interrupt. I don't have to give mints or beers or anything. King Caliphem and Queen Ilaria burst into the throne room looking alive and well, and full of wrath. Behind them, a line of supporters look prepared to battle, if necessary, for their beloved royal couple. Or these everyone from all the other islands. They went and smooth things over. Casima, darling, are you all right? Has he hurt you?
Get your hands off her, you murderous goat.
If I want your advice, I'll ask for it, mother. But Caliphem, that's not Casima. I'd know my daughter anywhere.
What have you done with our daughter, you devil?
There, okay. The lovely image of Casima suddenly bursts into smoke and is replaced by the vizier's genie.
Uncle Stewart!
Like in person.
Why, you conniving spirit. Get him, guards. Saladin, your sword.
Drat it all! You may have ruined my plans, but you won't get me or your precious Casima. Get them, Shamir, I command you.
Do something. Stop him. Yes, sire, as soon as I deal with this genie.
Shamir, the vizier's genie, begins to throw balls of dazzling light at the guard dogs. I can't do anything yet. Seems rough. The genie, finding a free moment in the battle, suddenly realizes that Alexander is still in the room and sends a dazzle spell his way.
Got you, Prince Alexander.
Okay. It's a lot of... Read a lot of text just to die, didn't we? There we go. Okay, we did just have to follow the vizier. Alexander has followed the vizier through a doorway leading to a set of stairs. Let's bring this back down to normal. Save it. We'll save it as wedding 2, because wedding... Am I in frame? Keep moving. Wedding I saved right after we came out of the treasury. So we can leave wedding as it is. Ooh, that's slow. Going back to fast. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, now what do I do? Alexander, be careful. Alhazard has a sword. Shut up, wench. Shamir! Shamazel! Get in here. Awesome Pepper Incorporated. Here I am, master. It's about time, you bumbling fool. How could you let him follow me? Well, there were... Oh, let's see, what's his voice?
Well, there were guard dogs, master, and then...
That's a little Jolly, but... Never mind, just kill him. Kill him now.
As you wish, master.
Here we go.
Razzle, dazzle, snap and snazzle.
Oh, here comes Jollo with the genie lamp, right?
Prince Alexander, I did it. I swapped the lamps. Here, quick, take it.
Really, Hamsar. Bless you, Jollo. I knew that you could do it. Now get clear, friend.
No argument there, my lord. Good luck.
Okay, now what? Use lamp, right? Rub lamp? Didn't he just give me a lamp? I thought he just gave me the lamp. Okay, we give the mint to him. Look what I have here, my friend. Peppermint. Nice, fresh peppermint. Gonna lure him into the lamp. Razzle, dazzle. Forget that stupid peppermint. Don't you dare even think about it. Oh, he's having a hard time. He's addicted to the peppermint. Get in my lamp. I've got a new
master. I've got a new master.
Am I just throwing that down? So you are a thief as well, Alexander. Stealing the lamp was very clever, I'll grant you that. But I am the master thief. Face my sword if you dare. The man left standing shall have the lamp. So shall it be, Alhazred. I don't need the genie to deal with a coward like you. Okay, Oh, I'm on very slow. What am I doing? I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing there. I can't type anything. I can't move. It's okay. We know what to use the mint, so... Oh, I grabbed one of these swords off the wall. I see. In desperation, Alexander fixes upon the only weapon in sight. There we go. Am I doing anything here? I don't feel like it. It's just going really slow because I have it on the slowest speed. Sounds, this sword must weigh a ton. Good thing you've been working out. Good. Then you shall only fail sooner, my prince. Oh boy, okay. What do I do here? How do I do this? Am I getting stabbed? Yeah. He's gonna float over my corpse for like 5 minutes here. And now we're gonna put the tip of the sword on his butt. And that should work. I hate how slow this is, but... There we go. So the mouse would bite. This mouse shall bite, as you shall soon see. Or should I say, soon feel. Bonk. We just keep poking him in the butt with our sword? Oh, this is very anticlimactic on slow, isn't it? I can't change it, unfortunately.
I'm just trying to pad my YouTube time to get my videos to be longer, to get longer view times.
Nobody ever make it this far. My YouTube videos, like most of you click off after a few minutes. So you don't even know that I'm
Smack talking you here this deep into the video.
I'll speed this up. Oh, ha! You can barely lift that sword, my prince. In quotations, I am a prince. Come on now. Better to lay it down now. I promise to dispatch you with little pain. A tempting offer, but I think I'll wait to see what this sword can do. Suit yourself. Oh, Kasima got free. She got bored of watching this sword fight that's going as fast as molasses, right? Alexander's arms start to tremble under the effort of wielding the huge sword. His muscles are nearing exhaustion. Yeah, keep pushing him back. And so it ends. Not if I can help it, you murderer. Bonk. Kasima thrusts a small dagger into Elhazred's shoulder with all her might. Oh, she's being so nice. In his shoulder, not in his back. Yay! You dare raise a finger to me? You will regret that, princess. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Well, so you just want to put the point of the sword on him. I was trying to put like the whole length of the sword across his body, but you just want to put the tip of it. I think anywhere on his body will work. I like poking him in the butt. Kasima, are you all right? I'm fine, Alexander. I was just so afraid for you. There's no need to fear anymore, princess. Yes, I know. How can I ever repay you? For myself? For my kingdom? Marry me. It was not in me to let harm come to you. Can you find it in you, princess, to give me more than your gratitude? Alexander, what are you saying? I love you, Cosima. Would you ever consider... Do you think you could marry me? Could you have ever doubted it, my prince? We've spent like less than an hour together. Sure, I'll marry you. I loved you ever since the moment your dad helped me in King's Quest V. I guess she stayed. Did she stay with them in the castle for a while? I can't remember. No. What? I have to replay King's Quest V because I don't remember what happens to Cosima. I just remember that owl. And the ruins in the desert that I didn't know at the time were based on a real place. And that traveling cart. I remember very little about Mordak's castle. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. This is like 100% my jam. I was watching some 80s commercials the other day. Brutal Moose's VHS videos are some of my favorite. And there was this like rad as hell 80s commercial from about kids' toothpaste. And I looked at it, I'm like, man, the 80s were like rad as fuck. Like they ripped so hard. And Ian's response immediately after that was something similar. There are things I miss about the 80s, like all the neon. Okay, back to the game. Oh, guards.
Princess Kasima, are you well?
I am quite well, thank you. Please take Abdul and put him in the dungeon. See to it that he gets a doctor. How magnanimous.
Yes, Majesty.
Oh, I can't increase the speed. I'll do it in post. 1 week later, Cosima and Alexander ask Captain Saladin to perform their wedding ceremony. Saladin is honored to do so.
On this historical day of great joy in the land of Green Isles, we witness the union of Cosima, beloved princess of this realm, and Alexander, Prince of Daventry. Do you, Prince Alexander of Daventry, take Princess Cosima to be your wife, to love and cherish, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you, Princess Cosima of the land of the Green Isles, take Prince Alexander to be your husband, to love and cherish for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you have a ring?
I'm afraid I left my insignia ring in the pawn shop. That's all right, Alexander. We'll get one later. Well, I guess we'll skip the ring. Yeah, because I didn't get that dang old pearl.
Who gives this bride to be wed?
Her mother and I willingly give our daughter's hand in wedlock. Mom really is just a big purple blob.
Since the groom has no family present, I will speak on his behalf. Alexander, your union with this woman is sanctioned and recognized in the eyes of the community.
Thank you, Saladin.
Then, Alexander Cosima, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Hooray! 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 I feel like that would go a little faster if it wasn't on slow.
Congratulations, my children. I have an important question for you both. Please hear me.
Yes, sire.
Alexander, I welcome you into our family with open arms. I place trust in Alhazard because I so badly wanted a son and a husband for my beloved daughter. I was wrong, but you are true and good, Alexander, and have proven yourself to all of my people.
Thank you, sire.
Ilaria and I have been through much. Even though we have returned to our kingdom, I do not think we are able to reign again. Will you two consider the crown? I know as king and queen you can heal this small kingdom from all the damage that Alhazred has inflicted upon us.
Oh, father. Why, I'm honored. What do you think, Cosima? I love my homeland, Alexander. Would be happy to stay and serve it all my days. I wish my father were here so that I could ask his advice. I will miss him, and my mother, and sister, and Daventry. But I love you, Cosima, and I do feel at home here. Somehow this land and I seem to suit each other. I don't know what kind of king I'll make, but I accept. Oh, Alexander, I'm so glad. Between the return of my beloved parents and our new reign, you've made me so happy. I'm glad I could make up for some of your suffering, my beautiful wife.
King Alexander, there's a long road ahead. The ferry must be repaired before we can reunite the islands. Your road will be easier now that
I feel like repairing the ferry. It's just, it's got rot, but we can build a new ferry.
your road will be easier now that the islands are no longer feuding. Already the wounds are starting to heal.
Yes, my love, discovering the island's stolen treasures has done more to bring peace to this land than anything else. It is now clear that Alhazred had Shamir steal each of the island's most valued treasures, then blame the thefts on others to cause the islands to hate each other. Thanks for those of us who hadn't put it together. Thank you for that nice exposition.
Now let us celebrate our good fortune. The evil that has plagued this land is done, and a new reign begins. Long live King Long live King Alexander and Queen Cosima.
Long live King Alexander! Long live Queen Cosima! Says the four people in here. Long live the. I guess they said like the supporters came in, were backing them behind them. So I assume there's a bunch of people from all the different islands standing behind the king and queen. Long live the land of the Green Isles! Hooray! Hell yeah, Jalo. Rip it up. Go ham. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray. Okay, that should be the end, right? Did I do it? Did I the end? Look at that. I did it, finally. I didn't get all the points, right? I didn't get the pearl. I didn't read the book. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making this, Brandon. It's been fun. I have been thinking about doing the short path. I'd have to start the game over. Um, yeah, so I missed 16 points. I'm sure there's others that I missed besides the pearl, the book, getting my ring back, sending my ring to Kasima. Uh, but missing 16 points is. I wonder what the minimum amount of points you could beat the game with is. I feel like there's a bunch of in Sierra games. There's always like optional points you get just from exploring and looking at stuff. You've completed the long path of the game. Great work. It appears there are still more points to be had in order to reach the absolute maximum score of 231. Or why not try entering the castle a different way? Perhaps you will come across the short path and experience a different set of challenges. New puzzles await you. Good luck. It is with a very full and sincere heart that I thank you for playing. It is only because of the people like you that I was able to find the motivation to complete this project. You have played through one man's heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears. Oh, that make me cry. Uh, I cry. I mean, it's very sweet. But I also cry at the end of Terminator 2, right? When Arnold goes down. Like, he's the only father figure he ever had. So, I'm a real softie. So, a sentiment like this is going to make me cry, like, without doubt. Aw, that's not done. Brandon, stop. My words to you are this: seek out the things in life that light your spark. Find the things that make you feel alive and full of passion. Throw everything you got at it. Don't stop. You are an amazing God, you're an amazing person. There's just absolutely no one like you, my gosh. See, look at this. It takes one simple affirmation to make me cry. I got this from my mom. My mom would cry at dog food commercials. There's just absolutely no one like you, my gosh. The world is so lucky to have you in it. Take care, dear friend. Bye, heart. Thank you, Brandon. Not only did I have a lot of fun playing this game, but I also had a lot of fun exchanging emails with Brandon about the game. Hold on, I gotta wipe my face. I feel like Brandon and I come from a very similar place. I read in an interview about this that he was introduced to gaming through his father, if I remember correctly, and that they spent time playing games like King's Quest, 6, 5, and 6, things like that. And it's a very similar story to mine, right? I grew up. I'm now estranged from my dad, but my love for video games comes from my dad, right? Last video I talked about the stack of Zork, uh, line by line playthrough they used to print out when they played it on the Commodore 64. And between my dad and my pastor Rick, I'm no longer Christian, but it's not because of Rick. Rick was an amazing man, and he introduced me to Perils of Rosella and Ultima, both games where you could be strong women characters, in over their heads, right, trying to solve the world's problems. And so I have a lot of nostalgia for late '80s, early '90s games, PC games specifically, because we didn't have consoles. We didn't have a console in the house until the Genesis, but we were very much a PC family. So King's Quest 6, first of all, has a very, like, important place in my heart. Because after my parents divorced, I would play King's Quest 6. I would go up and visit my dad on the lake. He lived up in northern Minnesota. I would go up to the lake and for the summer, and I would just spend summers at his cabin. And I would play King's Quest 6 over and over again during the summer. I read and played You Don't Know Jack and King's Quest 6 on his computer. Um, so
I already have fond memories of King's Quest 6, and then, like, the Demake, right? Like, really taps into that old '80s style, like Perils of Rosella, which I have very fond memories of. So, a very, like, heartwarming sentiment. Well, thank you, Brandon, so much for this. It's been fun, and you made at least one person cry with your message at the end. I hope you're happy. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching this playthrough. I might do the short version at some point, but I think after this, I'm gonna go back and finish my Hero's Quest for Glory 1 VGA remake, uh, upgrade. I'll finish that. That'll only take, like, a few videos, and then maybe I'll finish Ultima 7, who knows? And then I wanted to play the first Fallout game, so, uh, we'll see how things progress. I don't have any food in my inventory, just a C prompt. So there's nothing to eat in my inventory, unfortunately. In my inventory, I mean directory. So you're just gonna have to stop at, like, a roadside inn or a tavern along the way, grab some rations, some stew, I don't know. And when you're out there, travel safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Really bald like a baby.